Greetings, friends and family. It's been a long time since I've done a video. Here's a picture of Benny sunbathing. It's a nice, beautiful, warm day. First thing I wanted to point out was this cactus that I've had in the pot for quite a while. It finally, look at this. I never expected it. It actually has blooms. Look at that. They haven't opened up yet, but they're close. Oh, look. I have a smiley face shirt on. See? Smiley face. The passion fruits have completely taken my entire fence line. And it goes approximately 100 feet all the way down my entire property line. We got a huge harvest last summer, and a pretty big harvest that just ended about a month or so ago. Already we have flowers coming out and new little baby passion fruits starting up. My fingerling lime is not looking good. I made a decision the other day to try to get all of my plants that are in pots to get them into the ground, because obviously they just are not doing well in pots. So this is the next one that's going to go into the ground. New banana plant that I'm going to actually plant in the ground right about here once I get these planted in the backyard. This is a cherry of the Rio Grande. I have not gotten any fruit off of it yet, but it 2 wet winters and it's doing nicely actually. This is a new addition. This is a red banana that was planted last year. It was about the size of that one, and as you can see, it's doing quite nicely. My Pitanga tuba is also doing well. It has some flowers on it, so hopefully we get some fruit this year. This guy's gonna get planted in the backyard as well. The blueberries are packed with fruit. This one is pretty much done. All the fruit have been taken off already. My bananas had a really rough winter, 2 rough winters in a row. We had a lot of wind and rain and cold, which the bananas do not like, but they are coming back now that it's getting warm. And I have 2 bunches of bananas. I don't know whether or not they're actually going to get to the point to where they'll ripen enough for me to actually harvest them. Got this one here, and then this one over here. This particular stalk is having a really tough time. It's just got 1 leaf left. I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to grow from it, but plenty of pups coming up. So this is the original mother corm. That's what it's called. The root ball is called a corm, C-O-R-M. And this was originally planted. This is a Goldfinger banana that was planted in 2016. So I've gotten plenty of stalks growing up out of it, and it just keeps growing up more and more and more all the time. Hopefully this will be perpetual and it'll just be here forever. Kind of cool. Passion fruit. Passion fruit. Passion fruit. Passion fruit. Where's it? Passion fruit. 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 More passion fruit. And it just kind of keeps going and going and going and going and going. And that's the very end of it. So 2 years of lots of rain, and last year I did not prune my mango tree, and if all of the baby mangoes that are on it now, if even 1/4 of them ripen, I will have more mangoes than I know what to do with. Look at them all. And quite frankly, I'm a little concerned that the entire tree is going to have some issues. I may have to take some of the mangoes off because might break the tree. Look at all of them. Crazy amount of mangoes. Virtually the top of every single branch has got mangoes on it. So I'm guessing sometime in August, September, these will probably be ripe. Since the last time I put a video, this tree is, well, let's see, I'm 6 feet tall, and it's easily another 2 to 3 feet above my head. This tree was also planted in 2016, and it was about this tall. It's about half the size that it is now. The best growing tree that I have in the backyard is the white sapote, and it has grown to be, I guess that's probably about 14 feet. And every year I get fruit off of it. I really need to cut it back because I just don't need it this big, but look at all of the flowers that are getting ready to come out. So these are all going to turn into little sapotes. Not a favorite fruit of mine, but it's kind of fun growing it because it's a beautiful tree. Here's my pineapple guava. This pineapple guava has never given me fruit. It took a long time for it to start growing nicely. It's now probably about 8 feet tall, and gives me plenty of flowers, which I truly enjoy eating the flower petals. They taste like cotton candy. Well, maybe that's why I don't get fruit, because I eat all the flower petals. But I think the reason that I don't get fruit is because I don't have a second one to pollinate it. Supposedly they're self-fertile, but obviously not. So here's an up-close view of one of the flowers. Oh look, Benny's in the backyard. Okay, jujube tree, another one that has grown nicely. It's probably about 8 to 10 feet tall now. Every year I get jujubes, lots of jujubes off of it. It grows well here. I'm not a fan of the fruit, but some of the neighbors are, so I like giving it away. Check this out. This ground cover, I didn't put this here. And originally it started, oh, there's Benny again. Originally it started as just a small little spot near the water faucet over here. And it is wonderful. I hope it takes over my entire backyard. And it fills up. It's just now starting to have little flowers. And this entire green carpet will be covered with these little flowers and bees, which I like the bees, but you have to kind of be careful walking on it. Super soft, super thick. Look at that. And drought resistant. I don't even water it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so here's the first one that I put in the ground. This is my pomegranate. Last year I got one pomegranate off of it, a little one, and this year I got one flower and it just dropped. So it was in a pot, obviously not doing well at all. So I put it in the ground and I put it in the sun, pretty much the sunniest spot. And I think this thing's gonna go nuts next year. So we'll watch for that. Over here, this is my 2 guavas. This one had a really tough time over the winter. Did not do well at all, but I have new growth on each of the ends of the branches. So I'm hoping that it'll take off. I'm not going to get any fruit off of it this year, but this one, my lemon guava, is loaded with flower buds, which I'm hoping they all turn into fruit. Look at that right there. And there were a couple flowers. Oh, there's the flowers. Right there. And they smell really nice too. And next to the lemon guava, I planted my achacha. This is a very tropical plant. I think it's in the Eugenia family, if memory serves me right. No, it's a Garcinia family. And it's been in a pot since 2016, I think. I kept it in a pot because I thought it would do better because it's so tropical, but it never grew. And as I went to plant it, I found that it had a little bit of root rot going on. So I'm really hoping that this does well in the ground. It'll be nice to see if it starts growing. Kind of the same situation with ice cream bean. This is an ice cream bean tree. I've had it for years in the pot. It was inside the house for a long time. Then I put it outside, so it's been conditioned for direct sunshine. Put it in the ground, and it has the potential to get up to about 90 feet tall. So I put it smack dab in the middle of the backyard. I'm not going to let it get that tall, but it could. Over here, this is my jaboticaba. Another situation where it was in a pot ever since I got it, and it just, it's never really done well. The winters, it barely survives. Yeah, just not too happy. I've never gotten a flower, never gotten any fruit off of it. So I'm hoping that sticking it up here in the yard, it'll do nice. And if you notice, it's what, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on June 6th, and it's in the shade. So the heat of the day, hopefully it'll be out of the direct sunshine, which is what we want. This is yellow passion fruit that I grew from seed, and I don't know what, but something is eating it. And I've tried spraying different stuff on it, and I don't know. So I'm gonna keep researching it and hope that this summer, this little bit of growth is encouraging to me. I'm hoping that this summer it just kind of takes off and goes. I don't know, we'll see. Japanese maple, one of my favorites. All right, let's make our way towards the grape trellis. You notice I'm doing this in one shot because I don't want to hassle with using video editing and putting all these videos together. So this is one shot unedited. Here is one of my dragon fruit. As you can see, it has grown nicely up over the top of the trellis. And this one did not give me any fruit last year. On this side of the trellis, it gets a lot of sun. So it's tough in the summertime. It gets too much sun, too hot. And in the wintertime, it gets a little too cold for it. It just gets beat up. And this one's pretty well beat up as well. I did get fruit off of this one last year, believe it or not. And here is my another dragon fruit, which has gone up onto the trellis. Here is another one. This one I get fruit off of every year. So hopefully I'll get fruit off of it this year. But as you can see, the grapes have really gone nuts. I've allowed them, I didn't prune them back this year. I just kind of allowed them to take over the trellis. Likely most of these bunches of grapes, these immature bunches of grapes, will not ripen, but I kind of don't care because it's really cool having this cover the entire trellis. Here's my Concord grapes, lots and lots of immature grapes, so I'm hoping that I'll get some of these. And one of my favorite additions, check this out. Now, they look kind of ratty because my gardener just put them up on some support, but look at this. These are Prime Arc Freedom blackberries, and it's a thornless variety, so you can run your hand. There's no thorns at all, not even little teeny tiny ones. And these are awesome blackberries. Yeah, I went through and picked a whole bunch of them. My gardener picked a whole bunch, so there's none that are super ripe right now. Aren't they nice? Nice and big too. Oh, here's one. Here's one that's, look at that. Oh, nice and warm from the sun too. Nice. So that is my latest addition, and that is a favorite with not only myself, but all the kids who come to visit and get to come back here and pick a blackberry off the vine and blow the dust off of it and eat it. Bougainvillea is doing nicely, which, you know, Bougainvillea, once it's established, it's just crazy colorful. We've had a ton of water both winters, the last 2 winters, and so all the Bougainvillea everywhere in Los Angeles is just kind of going nuts. Well, this one's getting a little worse for wear. It's already been blooming for a while, so these unfortunately these are going to blow around and go in my pool probably. But that's it. That's it for my little garden tour. I'll try to keep up on it and try to make a couple more videos as the year progresses, especially if the mangoes ripen. So everyone be good. See ya. Peace. Bye.